Hello, everybody. Welcome to Miss Steffi Adams' classroom. I am back again in the classroom. Again, this is another YouTube-made podcast. Callista's joining me today. You can see the top of her little head if you're watching on YouTube. In any case, this is what a lot of them will be. I repurpose my YouTube videos to put on the podcast. So if you are a podcast listener, I highly encourage you to find Miss Steffi Adams' classroom on YouTube. This is definitely better as a visual experience, but you can get a lot out of it. You can glean a lot out of it from watching or from listening to the podcast as well. I'm sorry, I am distracted by Callista with her sister's possum stuffed animal.
It has a tail.
It has a tail. I don't know how well you can hear her through my mic. In any case, today I wanted to, I have a new backdrop up. This is only temporary until the Chinese New Year, which is, I think, January 17th is when we're going to start the Chinese New Year. So this is just what I have for now till we start the Chinese New Year. And I wanted to show you some of my props/rewards that I have. So first thing is, in the beginning of every class, I want to build a rapport with that student. So I asked, hold on, I'm not ready, baby. I ask questions, of course, what is your name? And I tell the students, so let me give you an example. I say, hello, my name is Teacher Steffi. What is your name? And then the students tell me, my name is Callista. Now I lost my zoom. There we go, or I lost my focus. In any case, and then I say, Callista, what is your favorite color? What's your favorite color? My favorite color is pink, is what the student would say.
And Mommy's favorite color is purple.
And then I would say, my favorite color is purple. And then I say, Callista, what is your favorite food? Nom, 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 nom.
My favorite food is Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. My favorite food is fried chicken.
And Coke.
Well, that's a bucket to put the chicken in. And I'm getting magnets. So once I do that, I will be putting these on magnets. And I have several little pieces of chicken. And then I'll set it on the classroom wall behind me. I really decided to do the fried chicken prop like this because several of my students were like, Teacher Steffi, what is fried chicken? And I tried to explain it. Well, fried chicken is chicken that you bread in a flour and you cook in a hot oil. And they still didn't understand. So I decided to get some pieces of fried chicken and KFC, because they probably know what KFC is, a KFC bucket, to put my fried chicken in so they know what fried chicken is. So that's an example of a prop that I use in my class.
Mommy, where's the placing?
It's probably in the bucket, baby. So next, it will be I teach a class on January 2nd and January 3rd. I did not open any slots on January 1st because I want to stay up late with my family and I don't want to get up early to teach a class. So it will still be the new year. I don't know why I don't have a good focus on here.
I don't see the blue.
That's a little bit better. Well, I don't know what happened to it. I'll have to look for it. I don't know. Okay. In any case, so I am going to have rewards for the new year, for our new year. And a lot of kids really like star rewards. And they get star rewards in the platform already. We give them stars when they do a good job. Hold on just a minute, please. 5 stars is the max that they get in a class, and they can redeem those stars for prizes later outside of the classroom through VIPKID. So I have a bunch of stars that I can use. I have gold and silver stars that I can use. I got some strip magnets at Walmart. Oh, that is working. And so I have Bob fashioned a piece of metal onto some wood on the wall behind me so I can put everything up here. So I have that, but I also ordered some neodymium magnets. Those are some really high powered magnets, which are great if you want to stack things. So my reward that I'm going to use for January 2nd and January 3rd classes is a Dino.
Dino.
This is Dino, and we're going to dress Dino. So every time they do a good job, they get to add something to Dino. So I have a hat, and
a birthday.
He has shoes. I have 2 shoes, so they can add shoes. They have 2 different types of hats they can choose from. They can choose from the hat with the glasses. Uh-oh, where'd the other hat go?
It's right.
I lost it. There's another hat. Or they can do a separate hat and separate glasses. So there's a couple of different options. These were free. There's a Facebook group called VIPKID Videos and Props, I believe is what it's called. I'll link it in the description. And there's thousands of files that are free that you can just download. And I printed it off and laminated it. And I'll put my magnets on it. So I'll put Dino up here. And then each time they do a good job, we will add something to Dino for them. And it's New Year's themed for us. Oh, I forgot. This is really cute too. It's got a suit on. Dino's wearing a suit.
Yeah, with the bow.
And I also have other things here that I'm going to put up on the wall just as decorations. So I have Happy New Year. I have a clock. So once I get all my magnets, I should be getting those in the next day or two. I'll put all those up. And so my classroom will be New Year's themed by the time class starts. I'm saying a lot, and that's such a pet peeve of mine. What was it? Oh, so there is an art to using laminated props in the classroom, because obviously like that you can't see it. So you want to, if you hold it straight up, you can't see it. So you want to hold it at an angle or move it around so there's not so much of a glare so the students can see it better. Also, as you can see, this is glaring. That's why I take it off the board and hold it up to the students so they can see it better. So that does take practice. It is something that you need to learn. It is an art form. The same thing for my whiteboard props. Sometimes they are glaring, and so you have to have them at an angle or whatnot so the students can see them better. I also have a new, can you go get my pencil sign? I also have a new sign that I'm going to put up rather than this. I will still use this to hold it up close, but something, not that one, baby, just the pencil one. Well, okay. So I have this sign that I bought and painted. I got it as a Groupon. That's going to be for my brick and mortar classroom. But I also got this sign. I bought the wood. It wasn't painted. And I painted it myself. So that I'm going to hang up in the classroom so they can see it all the time. That way they can read it better so they know my name and they get to know me. Yeah. So the next thing that I want to cover, because I'm not sure that I'll do another video or a video of this topic by the time it comes, but Chinese New Year, that's coming. And so again, this was a free thing in that Facebook group. I don't run that group. I'm just a member of the group and partake in the free things. Again, oh, so Chinese New Year this year is the year of the rat. So everything is rat themed. So I have stars, so we can play with stars, or I can decorate my classroom with stars. I can't remember what these things are called. I used to see these all the time. And all of my little stars have cute little rats on them. They're so cute. Just a minute, baby. I love them all. There's so many stars. So I may use these as a reward, or I may decorate my classroom with them. It depends. It really depends on the student. Sometimes I'll give them a choice. And I will use the same Dino that I printed off before. So save your ink and repurpose your Dino.
This is the Dino.
But this time we can dress Dino with Chinese New Year themed
Sure.
things.
Yeah, shirt and hat.
And then I also have other things, Chinese New Year themed, to decorate my classroom with. These are fireworks. I haven't taught a class during Chinese New Year yet, but my understanding is that you will hear fireworks for days in the background during Chinese New Year. So I think that's really fun and interesting. It'll add a little interesting element to class. I also have this to hang up, a little lantern. And of course, the thing I showed you in the beginning, this. So again, if you guys are listening to this on the podcast, obviously this is a more visual thing, but you can still glean some things from this, like the Facebook group and just some ideas of decorating your classroom for themes. I also have Chinese New Year themed Meg, Mike, and Dino. So Meg and Mike are characters that you see in a lot of the VIPKID lessons. There's other characters as well. Dino is also a character that you will see throughout the lessons, and he's also their logo kind of and their mascot. So that's why you see a lot of Dino themed props and rewards. And I will change my Meg and Mike theme whenever I can. Again, all of these rewards were free, or these props or rewards or whatnot were free from that Facebook group. I also have my regular Meg and Mikes that were free from that group as well. That group is amazing. And if you're anything like me and like many other teachers, we get a kick out of finding things like this and laminating and cutting things out. Like, it's just fun. As a teacher, you love doing that. So I'm really excited for it.
Or
Yeah, that's a worm. I use that. We went over, I did a lesson one day on animal helpers, and we were talking about how worms help our soil and how worms move and how they're shaped. So I took, it's just a fishing lure worm, and I used it in class to show them how the worms are tubular shaped and how they move like this. So that's a great way to use props in the classroom. I'm totally winging this video. I had an idea that I wanted to talk about my props and my rewards, and I'm just rolling with it. There's often times that you have to teach big and small, or bigger and smaller in the classroom. And you have to get creative. It's sometimes hard to teach certain concepts in a classroom when you two don't necessarily speak the same language, when they're young. I'm talking 5 and 6. I taught a 6-year-old the other day who was actually, I didn't even know that they didn't know English that well. They actually did know it quite well. In any case, you have to get creative. There's so many Facebook groups, so many YouTube videos, which is why I'm doing a YouTube video. So maybe you'll stumble upon my video and glean some tips from me. But oftentimes it's great to have 2 of the same characters or same animals. This is my kid's toy that I just stole from them. And then there's a little one, big and small. Mommy, baby, or daddy, son, daddy, daughter, father, son, whatever. You know, like you can use these for different things, and they're cute, and it adds just a different element. So rather than having a flat 2D prop, you have a 3D prop, and you can take it closer so they can see it closer. You can pull it away. You can make them run and smooch, just all kinds of fun stuff to make class more interesting. Oftentimes, we blend words in the classroom. Let me give you an example of how I do blending in the classroom. So these are blocks from my 3-year-old daughter. I'm writing on them with a dry erase marker. And the word that this is what I'm blending. Un. Or un. Fun. So that's one way that I use something a little bit differently. You often see teachers using a dry erase board fun. Just a different way, finding different ways that are unique to use props, and what works for some or many of your students may not work for all of them. We all know, especially if you are a teacher and you've gone to college to be a teacher, it's drilled into you to differentiate your lessons to meet the needs of different learners. Everybody learns differently. So using your props is a great way to meet the needs of your student in your VIPKID classroom. Some students are not visual learners, and just talking helps them. TPR is a great way of helping. What is your name? That's TPR. There's oftentimes when a student finds a particular word difficult. You think of, well, let's see. My name is 9 letters long, my full name. So I'll ask the student, what is your name? My name is Callista.
No.
Hi, Callista. My name is
Mommy.
Stephanie.
No, Mommy.
And when they try to say it, they may have a hard time saying it. They may miss syllables. So I can go, Stephanie, Stephanie. And then they repeat it back.
Mommy.
Yes, baby.
My fingers.
Oh, look, that's cute, baby. It's also helpful to break up the syllables. Stephanie. And count them out for them. Stephanie. So they can see the different syllables. So TPR is great. And counting syllables on your fingers are great. Often students will not answer questions in complete sentences, and that's a requirement. So you can go like this or like this to explain to them that you want the full sentence. Those are a lot of common TPR things that I use in the classroom. Just talking, going like this, bringing attention to your mouth, and then going like this is repeat after me. Your turn. I've since learned in a workshop, if you don't take workshops as a VIPKID teacher, you should. Workshops teach you so much that pointing is semi-offensive in the Chinese culture. That when they want to, usually I'm like, what's your name? That's how we would talk to each other. How are you? What's up? Whatever. But to them, an open palm. What's your name? Is how they do it in their culture, and it's more culturally accepted in their culture. So that's pretty much all I have for today. This went way longer than I expected, and I was just winging it. So if there's a lot of so's and it is what it is. I just want to share my tips with you guys, get it out there, let you see my classroom. I change my classroom often. It is not required. If you watched my last video where I did my classroom tour. Hey, Callista, can you stop doing that for a minute? If you watched my last video where I talked about my classroom, I told you there are a lot of people that are super minimalist, and this is just too much. My backdrops I get are photography backdrops, so backdrops that photographers would use. I get the 3x5 size. I got one that was bigger, and the size was unnecessary. I get the 3x5, and they're like $8 or $9 on Amazon. They're very inexpensive. You can't really see it, but I just put them on the wall with thumbtacks, and my metal board is behind it. I have a Chinese New Year backdrop coming for the Chinese New Year that I'm very excited about, and I will be putting up my lanterns and the fireworks and my Happy Chinese New Year sign with my rat stars. Once my magnets come for our New Year's, I thought this was a pretty good backdrop for this because it's black. And just like I have this star up here, I can put up my other stars for the background, and I'm not really sure what you call this thing, the little thing that you blow and it makes noise and whatnot. Just a minute, baby. My clock that I'm going to put up. So I'll probably take a picture and share it on my social media if you want to check that out. It's Mrs. Steffi Adam on Instagram. There's no S. And Steffi is Phie. So it's Mrs. MRS, not Miss. I'm married. MRS Steffi Adam. And that's on Instagram. You can also look up Miss Steffi Adams classroom. Just Google it and everything will pull up and you can find it there. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And you guys have a great one. Happy New Year, by the way.